My name is Jess Allway, and I'm excited for you to take a look at this house. It's one of the houses I got to do where I got to make all the decisions. And because of that, it's got a lot of different elements in it. A lot of these elements are taken from different parts of the world, mainly Europe, where I've been quite a few times. And as I went over there, I was just enamored with all the different kinds of textures and stones and bricks and all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of a combination of what I saw over there and what I like. This room here, this dining room, was kind of an inspiration from when Aaron and I were in Europe and we went into Siena. There's a town square there where there's a little restaurants and shops all around this town center. And we went into this little restaurant, and it was all archways, you know, and big barrel arches all the way through there. So we sat there with a couple of bottles of wine for the evening, and man, was I taking in all this kind of stuff. And so that's where this room actually came from. It's about this same size. I got up out of my chair and measured the room up and the height of it and the width of it and those kind of things. On the floor, there was a lot of brick pavers. Over there, they use what's common to them, and we use what's common to us. So that's why you see a difference in how houses are put together. And they have a lot of use of timbers over there. So I used a lot of different timbers here where I've collected them from different parts of. Some of them came from England. Some of them came from the coast of Oregon. The two timbers in the living room, in the kitchen here, and in the bedroom and upstairs are timbers that are probably several hundred years old because they came out of Europe to a house in Seattle. And then that guy called me up and said, "Hey, do you want them?" And I said, "Sure." So I went up there and got them. And that house had been up there for a number of years. So they're old. They're all hand hewn, meaning that they're shaped by, you know, not with a saw or anything. They're just hand shaped, and that's how good those guys were at putting all that stuff together. And so that's what kind of interests me, is those kind of elements of a house, how they're put together. What this house also represents is a marriage between the old stuff, you know, that's really old, and brand new technology, which means that we got Control 4 technology. We can access the house from literally in Europe, turn all the lights on, turn the furnace on, do everything from your smartphone, and then it's all working, you know, from a remote control type situation. And then when you come in here, you see all the elements of the old world, all the timbers and everything that's just as old as they were hundreds of years ago, kind of putting the two together.